Hello and welcome to another live stream. Hope everyone's having a great day. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Thank you for joining me on another Amazon Q&A, where I'm here to answer any questions you have about Amazon. So thanks for joining us, guys. Let me just put out a few messages quickly into the group. Let everyone know that we are live. Why is this going wrong here for me? Here we go. Cool. So, yeah, how's everyone going? Hey, Empire, how's it going? I swear you asked a question and I've missed it. Just rings a bell. So, sorry about that, Empire. Hey, Aaron, how's it going? How's everyone doing? Let me just zoom in quickly. Yeah, I swear, Empire, just looked to your name and then suddenly realised you asked me a question. Maybe I missed it. Hey, Snappy, how's it going? Hey, MTT, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. How is December going for everyone? Hopefully your sales are through the roof. We are still technically in a Black Friday sale. It ends midnight tonight, I believe. So that should all end and we should be into the actual proper Christmas stuff. I know I've got a bunch of listings where Amazon are selling it really cheap right now and hoping that's going to end at midnight tonight. But yeah, how's everyone's sales going? Oh, okay, cool, Empire. Cool. Yeah, yeah. Cool, good. I lose track, to be honest, sometimes. Hey, Berts and Bits, how's it going? So Aaron saying, how did November... Oh, God, I can't speak. How did my November go? It went pretty damn well. 10,000. Let me take a screenshot. Yeah, let's see you how I did last month. Let me take a screenshot hit quickly. You can see. So it went pretty well overall. How is your November going? Here we go. Zoom in. So that was my November. Not bad. I was holding a lot of stock back for November, like a lot of prices and stuff. So that could have been much higher. To be fair, could have been maybe around 13. Maybe I'm not sure. 14. Who knows? Yeah, just holding some stock back because we weren't even in, let me just delete that now. We weren't even in, there we go, in December, and a lot of my stuff was selling really quickly. So I was like, oh, we'll hold back a bit. Hey, Leo, how's it going? A literal half-ton shipped out this morning, 500 kilograms. Bloody hell, that's a lot. Crazy. That is insane. Yeah, well, so hope it gets in time and you're all good to go. Was that I guess you did it yourself then, did you? Yeah, you should look at Prep Center unless you are using Prep Center. I hope you are. God, if you're doing a half a ton, that's insane. I'd be interested to know what that was then. Yeah, interesting. So yeah, we'll give it a little bit of time for some more people. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, let me know. I had someone asking me earlier about transparency codes in Cogita. Definitely don't make that mistake, guys. Transparency codes are generally Amazon only, Amazon to Amazon. You can, in some circumstances, get transparency codes on products from elsewhere, but it's not very common, so be careful with that. So, yeah, do be careful of that. That's a good question, Wesley. What's my plan for Q1? See, I'm going to do a whole video, actually, on... well, I've kind of talked about what my plans are already, but I was going to do a whole video actually on what I think everyone else should do for Q4. And, well, what's going to happen next in 2025, isn't it? Yeah. What I think is changing in the FBA world. For me, I'm going to be focusing. I mean, look, I flip-flop between like, hey, I'm happy where I am, or I'm going to scale back my Amazon business, or then I see someone like flipping at 30, post 38 grand profit in November, and I'm like, man, I really want to like double down on this. So for me, I'm all over the place when it comes to FBA. The U-Move stuff makes me like nervous, and it's like, because at the moment I've got like 250 grand in Amazon, or at least on the way anyway. 190 in Amazon right now, probably another 50,000 on its way. It's just insane. So I'm like, it's just insane, really. And this whole U-Move thing made me very nervous. So part of me was like, maybe I should scale back a little bit. But now I see people making crazy numbers. You guys might think my numbers are crazy. They're nothing compared to some people. So let me actually screenshot it. I'm sure I'll be okay with it. But let's see if we can find it. Here we can find this. Yeah, someone posted some insane numbers for November. I'm sure he'll be okay with me posting it, but anyway. So these aren't my numbers, but it just shows you what's possible from someone who's been doing this a long time and has scaled up to a decent amount of money. So these are not my numbers, by the way, but it just shows you. So when I see stuff like this, it really motivates me to, to do better, basically, and like double down. So, hey, Kevin, how's it going? Thanks for joining us again. So, yeah, next year anyway, more wholesale, I think. I'm going to be just trying to double down. I'm going to be working on churning my stock faster. I don't know, just doing better research on products. I'm just basically going deeper, I guess, on FBA, I think. So, I mean, if I can get a decent amount of my stock sold in December, it would put me in good stead for next year, I think. So, that's kind of my goals, really. And obviously, the YouTube channel as well. I've started back on again on making my course. That's kind of my goal now for this month. I'm not really buying much this month anymore. I'll probably save that for January. But if I see, well, I've got no money, really. My Amex is maxed out. And, yeah, so, so, I mean, I'm not buying much right now. But yeah, I'm focusing this month. I'm going to get my course made. That's my goal. So you've heard it here. So yeah, I've started doing bits of that. But yeah, next year's interesting one. So I'm not going to say I'm not going to do OA. I mean, those numbers you just saw, by the way, 38k. That guy mostly does OA, by the way. So I think a little bit of wholesale. So it just shows you OA you can make a lot of money doing it that way. So yeah, for me, just being more organized in the business, scaling more, and just taking it a bit more professionally, maybe, I don't know. Looking to churn stock faster, getting stock in faster, and just, I don't know. Wholesale OA, who knows? So Nathan's saying, am I fully wholesale right now? No, I mean, well, for the past sort of 4 months, I suppose, I've only been ordering from Quigita. And of course, you guys know what Quigita is, but, I just realized... my bad. There we go. Cool. This is a stream sponsored by Profitect Pro, by the way. So thank you for them for sponsoring this stream. Can't believe I didn't have that on from the beginning. But yeah, Quigita, guys, if you want to sign up for that, you can get £120 code with the code FBA Mogul in all caps. Check out the links in the description for that. But yeah, I've been doing all Quigita, and I don't see why I would change next year, to be honest. I've been neglecting OA, A2A a little bit with Quigita, but I'll try and bring some of that back in. But yeah, with Quigita, because obviously, perfumes, aftershaves, I can't spend 20 grand on one lot of perfumes in January because the sales volumes aren't there. So I won't be buying quite as much of that stuff. But I'll be looking for opportunities though. But yeah, those are kind of my goals. So that's kind of where I am on that one. And then I'm going to do a whole video on how I think FBA is going to change in 2025. But yeah, so Leo says, not good. Why to put all your eggs in one basket? Something goes wrong, you'll fluff. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, look, I'll be okay. But yeah, all my cash would be gone. Let's put it like that. So, I'd be okay financially, but all my money would be gone if Amazon shut down. So, that would be really bad. But yeah, Quigita is decent, but changes. That's the problem. Yeah, sure. Look, Amazon is always changing. You need to always be evolving. And, obviously, we can't be going crazy spending loads of money on perfumes and stuff because the sales volumes are not there. Items that are doing 400-500 a month in December go back to about 50. So there's still money to be made, but there's not that much resilience on the listing anymore with only 50 SPM, which means if other people jump on it, that price is going to tank. So, oh, cool. Hey, Marcus, how's it going? So Marcus says, I saw leads past 2 months on Amazon, 5k in sales, new seller, but I feel like I might take a break just to always running out of capital due to level. Yeah, it's tough. It's the problem everyone has. And like I say, the guy whose results I just posted earlier has the exact same problem, runs out of money. That's the biggest problem we have, actually. I was actually speaking to the guy at Quigita, Charlie, and he was saying, why are people not, spending more on Quigita? People are obviously doing numbers, and I was just like, it's probably they're running out of money. It's either they can't find the deals or they're running out of money. It's those two things, essentially. And generally right now, there's plenty of deals, so it'll be running out of money. And what else can you do? I mean, you can use the Mondu thing maybe and get 30 days interest-free. One thing I actually suggested to him was if you find any big people spending a lot of money on Quigita, why not offer them 3 months interest-free? Because 1 month is good, but if you have to order it, in theory it could take 2 weeks to arrive. And then obviously it takes maybe a couple of days to get into Amazon, and then by the time you sell it and get that money back, it's not quite enough to pay that 30-day off. I think 60 days could be quite nice, or even if they can do like 90 days interest free for those kind of bigger people, that'd be really nice. So I don't know if they're actually going to do it, but that's kind of something I floated out there. If they want people to spend more money, hey, offer them 60 days interest free. That's enough time, I think, to get some good sales, get some money back. So but yeah, so Marcus saying, also plan on waiting until Q1, see if I can sell it. No, sure. I mean, there's no need to wait. You can sell it. I don't know why, unless you're in America. But I think well, I'm not that familiar with America, to be fair. I used to follow those guys quite a lot. I don't anymore. But my understanding was Nike and Adidas got restricted, I think, in America, but it's coming back, I think. But I'm not sure about that. So Keith said, I end up with issues on orders, either cancelling, I don't have the amounts of ordered, got fed up and buying from places trusted supply. Keith, I've had cancelled orders, absolutely. It sucks when it happens. So what day was it? Let me just check my Cogito, because there was a killer day. Why am I logged out? How annoying. There was a day where loads of really good deals dropped, and I feel like our supplier really messed up. I think it was the 29th of November, yeah. I had 2 orders cancelled. I know a bunch of other people ordered. So what day was that? What, Friday or something? They were just too good to be true, those prices. So a lot of those got cancelled. I don't know if that's when you ordered. I think you maybe mentioned you ordered like 2 items in an order, and then one got cancelled, and the other one was like the one just to make up the other one. So that kind of sucks. It does suck when that happens. But yeah, so I don't know what's just there. I mean, I wouldn't not order from Cogito just because of that, because there's money to be made. So, but it's obviously up to you. Tom, what would you do if Zong kept denying invoice when the invoice is from the brand? Just keep trying. I had someone, Monica, who didn't realize actually was actually brand new to Amazon. She made her first order on Cogito. I gave her a lead. And she was really struggling to ungate a brand. And I was like, you just got to keep trying. I felt bad because I was like, she kept coming back saying they keep rejecting it. I'm like, there's nothing I can do except just say, keep trying. That's all I just wiped myself on the nose. So I don't know. I felt so bad because like, obviously I'm not Amazon. There's nothing I can do. You just got to keep trying. And she kept trying and she finally got ungated on that brand. So congratulations. You just got to persevere. But yeah, I was getting to the point where I was like, I felt a bit bad. But yeah, so just had a nice sale. Oh my God, what's that? I just had a sale here, guys. I wish I could screenshot it for you. This is a perfume that I got from Cogito, by the way. I don't have too many in stock though. I only got like 10. £21.73 profit. That's a nice sale, that is. Yeah, that's very nice. Wish I had more of those. God, only got 10 or so in stock. That's a real shame. Anyway, that's a Cogito deal. Yeah, so that's the only thing I can suggest is keep trying, basically, if they keep rejecting it. Cool. So, Snappy Fish, what with the Umove thing, if you're not selling dodgy stuff, should be okay. Yeah, of course you will be. Yeah, absolutely. But obviously, at the end of the day, the scary thing is, like for me, let's say I've got 250k in Amazon now, at risk. My fate is essentially in the balance of, and no offense to anyone here, but like a VA in a third world country, like in either Philippines or Bangladesh or whatever. Essentially, they are the one that make the decision, as far as I'm aware anyway, on whether my account gets banned or not. On like when I do this interview thing, on whenever they send me the email, I missed the first interview. Should be hopefully be the 6th. Essentially, yeah, it's down to them. So that's a scary thing, to be honest. So in theory, yes, everything should be above board and perfect, and it is. But you just don't know what can go wrong. That's the problem. And you guys know what it's like when it's trying to, like, if things go wrong with Amazon, they just kind of like, it's like hitting your head against a brick wall. I noticed with those interviews, so a lot of people, whether with the Umove update, anyone who had well, not anyone, but a lot of people had interviews on that Monday. So last Monday, actually, I think it was. They have now mostly, I've not seen anyone get banned. Everyone seems to have gotten through it okay. I think someone did an interview today. Actually, it was kind of funny in Profit Suite. Someone was saying like, "Oh, it was easy. Like, it's a 15-minute like chat with someone. It was like really chill." And then like literally 5 minutes later, someone comes back and says that was the worst 50 minutes of my life. I was like got grilled for 50 minutes straight. So I was like, you just don't know what you're going to run into. Yeah, he said just had my call, 50 minutes long. Got effing rinse for info. That was horrible, is what the guy said. And then just before that, someone was like, I had my video call, and it was fine. It was very nice. So yeah, you just don't know what kind of interview you're going to get, I suppose. Right then. So yeah, we're hard getting on Nike and major clothing shoe brands unless you already had it ungated months back. Interesting. Okay, I've seen it. I think one or two brands I've seen actually in the UK where people can't ungate, but I'm ungated on them, which is quite nice actually. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, so yeah. Tom, you can, if you're hitting your head against a brick wall on it, just let it sit for 7-10 days, and then just reopen another case. That's probably a good bet. Yeah, Snappy Fish 38k. No way. Yeah, exactly. Yes, insane, right? Now, obviously, we're in Q4 and stuff, but yeah, did more sales in 1 month than I have an entire capital in my business. So yeah. But yeah. So hey Ben, how's it going? Hey Akira, how's it going? If a VA has worked previously for a seller with seller central missions, are you going to give them access? Could it cause issues linked accounts? I think you should be okay. I think Amazon understand that that people have, like, especially these like third party people, they have access to multiple accounts, like seller repay or seller investigators. That guy obviously logs into dozens and dozens of, probably hundreds of accounts. Should be fine. Saying that, I've not actually given my V access to Amazon just yet, so should be fine though. It should be fine. Yeah, as long as they, yeah, it should be fine. I don't see any issues there really, so it should be good. Just make sure you set the correct permissions for them. Don't give them like full access. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Ben. Yeah, how are you doing? You good? Can't complain really. Sales are flying. 400. Oh, I didn't show my results actually. So today I'm on 455, which is not too bad. Month today I'm on 1,311 profits. Not too bad really. Yesterday was a pretty good day. I think it was like 800 or something yesterday, was it? 840 or something like that. Yeah, 848 yesterday. It's pretty good. I don't know if that's one of my best days. I need to keep like a track of what my best days are. But anyway, so yeah, not too bad really. Yeah, let it sit for I think like 7 days, something like that. Let it close down. Try and open a new one. So Snappy, bloody heck, guessing Mind will be cancelled too. What's that related to? What, your Cogita order, or I lose track to be honest. Black Friday finally over. Not in the well, it's not yet, is it? It's got at midnight, I think. Let's have a look on Amazon still. Yeah, last chance Black Friday. So yeah, big savings at midnight. So we're all good till midnight. Finally, I mean it's been good and bad. Amazon have been quite cheap on some products, but on other ones have been quite suppressed. So you know, yeah. So Aaron's saying you're not worried about Section 3 using suppliers. No, that doesn't really bother me too much. So obviously I hope I get one of the interviews where it's like a really simple 15-minute one, but I'm prepared if it is for like 50 minutes. So yeah. But yeah, Black Friday, it made people very spendy. That was what was, I noticed. So people had a kind of mind, even though look, my prices hadn't changed from one day to the next really. Yeah, suddenly my sales go through the roof because everyone's in the mindset of spending money. It's just, so there was no sales going on from me really. I think I did just some prices slightly, but yeah. Yeah, so hopefully, yeah, but so then obviously, yeah, it was good and bad. So I got some good sales, but I've got some stock that's quite suppressed right now by Amazon. So and I'm not really sharing the buy box either, which is a little bit worrying. So we'll have to see how that goes. Do you still? So Empire's asking, do you still order from Cogita that don't provide marketplace invoices? It has to be a really killer deal for me to do so, and probably not. No. Now I pretty much do stick to marketplace only. To be fair, it has to be a really good deal for me to like bypass that essentially. So much so that I could like eBay or whatever. But no, I think it's good practice to order only from marketplace invoice places, and that's what I pretty much do as well. So. So Ben's saying, I'm adjusting all my prices to 12 tonight. For all stock that aren't private label. Yeah, good idea. Absolutely. I'll probably do the same, to be fair, if I'm still awake at midnight. But yeah, so yeah. I'm hoping the price changes at midnight. Who knows? We'll have to see what happens. You guys know I use Profitector Pro for all my repricing, so they've done a great job so far. But I'll be going through probably, say, midnight tonight or tomorrow morning, probably, adjusting my prices just to make sure that everything's like, you know, I'm not. This is the perfect time to sell stuff. So if you got stuff you want to clear, you can sell it now. If you got stuff you're looking to make money on, sell it now. So and you basically want to sell now, basically, because that's when the SPMs get through the roof. The sales velocities are through the roof. So I'm looking to clear a decent chunk of stock. So I mean, I'm looking. So today I've done 3,500 in sales. So I've been, yesterday was about 5. What was it yesterday actually? Yesterday was 6,000 in sales. So I'm looking to do maybe at least 5,000 a day in sales, if not more, realistically. So ideally 10. So I can get that stock cleared and get that money back for rebuying new stuff next year. By the way, January's normally pretty good as well. So any stock you got left over, January's still pretty good. February and March is terrible normally. Depends what you're selling, of course, but if you look at all the history and a lot of these products, February, March looks a bit bad. January seems okay still. People have got money to spend in January. They get their money for Christmas and things like that. So, yeah, that's normally an okay month. So, Ben's saying, wants to have a big month this month and we're reinvesting all on private label Q1. Cool, nice. Someone big on the old PL. So, yeah, I think find what works for you. Stick with that. It's a good plan. So, if PL is working for you, then it makes sense to double down on that, really. So, yeah, I think it's a good idea. So, Keith saying, bought 120 items a week or so ago from Create. They sent me an email saying the order has been cancelled, is unable to fill. Prep Center received 72 items and checked. Could we get a partial refund? Okay. Yeah, it sucks when that happens, yeah. So I've had it plenty of times as well where maybe not the whole order's been fulfilled. I've ordered 500 items, they can only sell 335 or whatever. It kind of sucks, but, and sometimes the entire order gets cancelled. It does suck, to be fair. They do need to kind of maybe sort it a little bit, maybe punish sellers a little bit more. It's tricky, though. So 10 days in Jan normally as good as Q4. Yeah. So I think January's fine in general. So I had another sale here. I'm not making much money on this one, just 90p. So I've got various ones. I've got this one sells crazy volume though, like 10,000 a month. So that was quite a nice little. Hey, it's money. Money's money. So yeah, that one was okay. So MTT saying, can you clear a decent chunk of stock while still holding decent margins? Or you cut prices to clear stock? I won't cut prices. I mean, as long as I'm still making money. Yeah. It all depends on the product and the history. I need to look at the history and have I just messed up and the price that I'm expecting is not going to get hit. If I feel like it is, I'll hold. If it's not, then I'll sometimes not take an L. Well, sometimes you do take an L, actually. I've got an item here where I was losing like 5 pence an item, something like that, so I've definitely got some items in here where I made a mistake. There's one here I'm making 77p on, pretty much going to be breaking even on it after my prep fees and stuff, just because it was a very bricky listing. It turned out everyone got this product and it's just pretty shit. So, I'm just selling that. Technically, it's still 22% ROI actually, but obviously with prep fees and stuff, probably breaking even. So, but I analyze each product's own merit, essentially, and go from there. Keith, I got IP'd on it, and then when I checked the invoice, the number of items they said they sent was 63. Now the invoice doesn't match the inventory. Oh, interesting. Okay. So they sent you more. Okay. But you got them for free, did you then, I guess? That's the only thing. So technically what you should do is go to Cogito and explain that, hey, they sent me more items, but the invoice is wrong. So can you adjust the invoice? I guess that's going to be the thing to do. Yeah. So you got some. That's the tricky thing with free items, I guess. Yeah, that is a tricky thing. So yeah, that's not good. I'm not gonna lie. For IP you have to have the number of items. I don't see why that would make a difference. I guess you do, I suppose. I've never had that issue myself, but I suppose in theory. I know for auth claims, they want your sales volume for the past X number of 365 days. For IP, okay, they want the quantities to correct. Interesting, okay. So Pavlar, I'm seeing a lot of Amazon products saying no featured offer available. Keeper says it sells 100 a month. Should I trust Keeper data or the sales slow down? Yeah, if it's saying 100 per month from Keeper, it's fine. It's probably because it's Black Friday and some other websites got it for a decent price. So hopefully the Black Friday ends soon and then back to normal. So I've seen a few of those as well. But yeah, if the Keeper says 100, there's a glitch with 50. Sometimes apparently it glitches with 50, but if it says 100, there's no glitch there. You're all good to go. So... yeah, so yeah, it looks like Keith, yeah, you got those for free, so yeah, that kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't know what the answer to that one is actually. Yeah, it's kind of like you want free stuff at the same time you don't because you don't have an invoice for it. Yeah, the thing might be reach out to Kogita. Hey, I got more than I thought. I need to pay for them, whatever. I need an invoice adjusting for that. Well, I don't know if they'll even do that. So, but if you explain, it's quite important. You can reach out to Charlie as well. Maybe explain the problem to him. He might be able to help you there. So, yeah, interesting. Okay, so that's an interesting one. Okay. Yeah. So, any other questions, guys? What have been people asking today? Then let's have a look in the group. We've got a new user. Huh? Who's that? No. I just sort of recognise the name. 240 volts perfume shop, only good for sourcing. I think it's okay if I remember correctly. Perfume shop. Is that the one that gives you bloody? You have to pay for a membership actually. Perfume shop. Yeah, perfume shop's fine. Yeah, perfume shop is okay. I don't think you can get like crazy volumes from them, but it's fine, I think. So yeah. Keith, it may have, who knows? But yeah, it's now screwed you over, hasn't it? So Ben saying, how much is my stock from Kogita? I really don't know. So right now I've got £190,714 in Amazon right now. I think that's wrong, by the way. But I feel like it's more. I've got a bunch on the way still. Getting a bit late in the day, actually. I've got some items arriving here, actually. I don't know why I did it. I was like, wanted to save on the prep fees. I've got some relatively small items, 750 of them, arriving here. And now I'm like, God, I'm going to get my cleaner to prep them for me. But I'm like, why? Just trying to save a few hundred quid. It's pointless. Should have got them delivered straight to prep center. Anyway, so I have to watch out. I'm probably going to come in a pallet as well. I don't know, a good 50%, or maybe even more than that. It's very hard for me to tell you how much is from Kogita. At least 50%, if not more. I'd say maybe even 75%. But that is very hard to know exactly. A decent chunk anyway. But yeah, I've got another, say, those, I can't say what they are. Those items cost me like 10,000, I think, for 750 units. And then I've got, what have I got coming in? I've got a decent chunk of stuff coming in. I did make an order today, actually, and actually, again, I got it delivered to me because I'm not ungated on the brand, weirdly enough. I thought I was, but need to get ungated. So if I get ungated in time, I'm going to FBM all of them. I've got like 150 units coming. So I'm hoping, it's a perfume, by the way, that, yeah, if I get those here and I can get ungated in time, then I'll be able to FBM them and just, like, smash it all out, hopefully in, like, a week or so. But we'll see. I've had to order from Latino to get their ungates. It's just easy. It tends to work. Prepping's rough, yeah. I mean, I won't be doing it personally, but yeah. I said to my cleaner and her daughter, I'll give you 100 quid and you can do it for me. They were quite happy with that idea. So, but now I'm thinking about, a pallet's going to turn up. I'm going to have to take it to, it's just a nightmare. I don't know why I did it to myself. Not even saving that much money, actually, either. Ridiculous. So, Ben's moving to Prep Center Private Label. Awesome. Which one are you going with, Ben? That'd be interesting to know. Empire, do you do any OA currently exclusive? I'm 100% Kogita right now, Empire, yeah. I literally just go where the money is. And for me, the money's at Kogita right now. So I've literally been neglecting A2A. And I've been neglecting OA. I'll be honest, my VA I have a share of has been finding leads for like 4 months. I've not even looked at the sheet. For the leads, and yeah, it's not good really. So I've been total waste of money essentially there. I've just had enough to buy from Kogita really. So moving to FN Prep, I don't know who they are. Yeah, my cleaner used to do prep for me when I used to do in-house prep. should come in and do it for like £12 an hour, which is pretty good. But yeah, so I need to mute my phone, put myself on sleep mode. I'm getting a message by my friends. So about a new movie coming out. Oh, June series. Okay, cool. Looks cool. Yeah, can you? So what's the question here? Can you clear a decent chunk of stock while still maintaining decent margins? Yeah, don't think much of my stuff's like. Even the stuff I'm holding for the better price still can make money at the current price, which is quite nice. I just know the price is going to go up in theory tomorrow or tonight at midnight. So I didn't want to sell that out too soon. But yeah, so it should be fine. So look, maybe some of it I'll have to clear for break even or whatever. Who knows? Everything I tend to buy, when I'm looking at it, worst case, if it breaks even, that's my worst case scenario. Someone DM me said I'll buy the leads not using. Yeah. So I still think of the idea actually of doing that whole leads providing service inside. I mean, I always said I wasn't going to provide leads. I wanted my service to be like a free informational server and community. But leads are something that people struggle with. So I had that idea, which I flirted on a driving vlog, I think, where I was talking about, hey, I'll hire like 4 or 5 VAs, including just put mine in there as well. And then basically they'd find OA leads and then we'd just raffle them out and that'd be like £20-30 a month, something like that. So something like that. Wrong. Okay. How's it going, CJH? How's it going? Akil says, how many units can be prepped an hour? Saying standard perfumes, beauty, thinking of hiring an employee, that'd be minimum. Okay. I mean, they can probably, it depends how motivated they are, I suppose. A decent number, though, to be fair. I mean, if it's just like a perfume, the thing you got to remember with self-prep is it's not just putting the labels on the box. You've got to receive the items, either in a box or a pallet or whatever. You've got to unbox them, kind of lay them out on the table. You've then got to dispose of that box as well. So you're breaking down boxes as well. Obviously, lay them out on the table, label them all up or polybag them, what you need to do. After that, obviously, you need to put them back, create a new box, or you maybe use the existing one, I don't know. Put them all in there, obviously then create the shipment, dispose of the old box, and then obviously like give it to UPS. There's a lot that goes into it technically. Like I know when I was doing self-prep, the amount you guys probably know as well, you end up with freaking loads of cardboard boxes. It takes half hour just to break down the cardboard boxes. I was paying my cleaner, £12 an hour just to sit there and break down boxes, because there were so many of them. And so yeah, it's there's more to it than just sticking labels on there. But you can get a decent number through. Like if you're paying someone like £10-12 an hour, whatever, I don't know what the minimum wage is these days, or the minimum living wage, you can get through a decent number. But at the same time, I'm like, do you really want to like self-prep or even prep in-house really? It's better off focusing on your business. I think finding products, scaling your business. Don't want to do it all really. That's my opinion on that anyway. If you're buying a lot of wholesale, the margins are much thinner, then in theory, doing in-house prep could be better. So yeah, CJH got his Amex blocked. He spent too much money. How much did you get your Amex bill to, CJH? Let us know. But Kaplan Tax saved me. I guess it shows us spending up. Exactly, yeah. So it's really annoying that Amex, like, you've got no limit, but there is a limit. And if you go over it, we're going to suspend you. It's like, just give me the limit then, please. Tell me what I can spend, and I won't go over it. 60-ish, nice, cool, there you go. Sounds pretty good. That's nothing for a man of your means. God. So, it's kind of annoying, isn't it? You do get like a little email warning saying, hey, we may stop future transactions. And then, from then it's like suspension. It is annoying, I'm not going to lie, but anyway, now I know roughly where my limit is. My MX bill's still alarmingly high, actually. I'm just paying it off every day. More money comes in from Amazon, just put more money into that. So, should in theory be okay. I might be short a little bit, but I hope I'll be fine. So, I'm hoping Santa going to get you out of that Amex bill, yeah. So, no, I'll be fine. So, I've got a very, very rich younger brother, so he can help me pay it off. So, it's no problem. So, Empire, I think learning sourcing is better than being provided with leads. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Yeah, sure, but it still helps people, I suppose. Empire, that's the thing. And if you're smart, you'll go, hey, there's a lot of leads coming from this website. Maybe this is a good website to source, you know. But yeah, I do agree with that 100%. At the same time, though, it's just like an idea. Basically, mainly because I don't really want to let go of my VAs. I feel bad if I like kind of got rid of them. But not that I'm planning on doing it, to be fair. I've actually moved one of them onto Cogito now, so it's all good. So yeah, doing Cogito sourcing for me. But yeah, it's people do struggle with leads though, and if it's a service I can provide, and it's like essentially it'd be run for break even, like just basically cover the cost. If I hire like 5 VAs, as I talked about in that video, it cost me like £600 per VA just to hire them. What's that? 6, 12, 18, 24. It's like it cost me like nearly £2,500 just to hire them, and then I've got to pay them let's say £300 a month each. That's £1,500 a month, so I need to cover those costs if I do it. But yeah. Lady on phone says because it's so early since my reset. It's reset on the 18th. Yeah, it's what does that have to do with anything really? It's ridiculous. I had the exact same problem. My payback wasn't for ages, but they're like, oh, it doesn't match your normal spending. I'm like, it's Christmas. What do you? How are you not factoring this in? It's Christmas. I don't know. Anyway, so MTT, I use cashback credit card, Amex. I have a limit on mine. Yeah, but I don't. You must have a personal one then, MTT, not a business one. So, oh no, it's a cashback one. Okay, fair enough. It might be different then. Yeah, mine's a charge card. So the platinum is and the gold are charge cards. So, yeah. Amazon's literally exact same as door-to-door sales in my eyes. More doors you knock on, the more customer you find. Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah. So, yeah, you got to do the look. I posted those figures earlier from. Well, I won't say who it is, but 38,000 profit in November. Doing OA mostly. So the deals are out there, but you've got to be willing to put the work in, find those deals. They don't steal leads from you when you know where they live, though. So who's this? Sorry, stealing deals? VAs don't steal deals. Well, maybe some of them do, maybe. But yeah. What's CJH of the heart for? But yeah, so yeah, I'm going to do a whole video on what I think is going to change next year. But I mean, I can give you kind of a preview of what I think. But yeah, I haven't gone through the whole video yet. But one of the things, obviously, next year, I think everyone needs to make sure that they're 38 is crazy, by the way. Yeah, so I posted. I think I deleted it now, but let me get it up. So these are not my numbers, by the way. I'll show you again though. So. Yeah, you can see here. This is what someone made in November. Just to show you what's possible, guys. Now, I'm not saying you can do this in your first year or your second year or even your third year. I mean, look at those number of sales, 300k in sales. That's more money than I've got in my entire business. So in sales in 1 month. So, but it just shows you what's possible. But don't get the unrealistic expectation you can come in and do that in year 1 or whatever. You need a lot of money, obviously, to make that and a lot of skills. So, but it just shows you. Door to door, yeah. Yeah, so it's the inventory value. Yeah, I know what it is actually, but I can't say. It's not as much as you think actually. A decent chunk was sold in November. Yeah, so just I want to post that. Hopefully the guy's okay with me posting that. If not, I'll have to edit the video afterwards and just cut it out. But yeah, it just shows you that what's possible. And like, if you work hard, I mean, he's been doing Amazon now, I think, between 8 and 10 years, I think. So it just shows you. But one thing you kind of realize with Amazon is if you keep reinvesting your money and keep scaling, you can get to those kind of numbers. You just got to keep putting your money, reinvesting your money. It's like, I'm actually shocked at how much money I've got in Amazon. I'm like, whoa, how have I suddenly got X amount of money in Amazon? I'm like, whoa. How has it suddenly got to that level where I've got 250k in Amazon? I'm like, well, it's about 200, I say. I've got my Amex bill to pay, so it's about 200k now. And I started with 30k. So it just shows you, like, what's possible if you just keep the money in Amazon and keep spinning it up. So hopefully next year I can spin it up even more and make even more money. So we'll have to see, basically. CJ, life-changing money. Yeah, it's pretty good. So exactly, it is possible. Yeah. So I didn't actually look at the Oh yeah, didn't have the ROI in there and stuff like that. Hey Nimco, how's it going? Yeah, I'm pretty good, thank you. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us on the stream. We've got 20 viewers. That's pretty awesome. Awesome. We're 24 peak, which is pretty sick. Keith, need numbers, need more skin in the game. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'd say like, what are my plans next year? I was flip flopping between scaling back and going deep, and now I'm seeing stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep spinning it up. I'm going to keep going. Suddenly getting all the DMs. What's going on then? Oh god, this poor person who oh man, ungated it. Now it says not available, and they just ungated it as well. Oh my god, Amazon sucks for new sellers. Listen, they must be restricted on that brand. Oh man, that sucks. God's sakes, I'm gonna have to sort that out. Anyway, oh yeah, he did. Yeah, MTT. Yeah, I listened to it today. It was a really good interview. You should check that out on YouTube. It was a really good interview. I listened to the other guy for a bit, but I didn't really like it that much. They've got 2 interviews on there, 2 kind of podcast interviews. So Flipping at 30 was the first guy who they did. And I've had one mentoring call with him, and I've spoken to him. He's a really nice guy, knows his stuff, 100% genuine, really, really top bloke. The other guy, it might be actually top bloke as well, but I just didn't really like resonate with what he was saying a lot. He was like saying, oh, you can't do OA, you can't do RA because you can't scale it. I don't agree with that at all. I mean, that's just BS. Now, he kind of wanted to do wholesale. That's kind of the way he wanted to go, which is fine, you know. But don't discount those other methods because you couldn't make them work. Yeah, it's... so I kind of like the second one. I kind of like, I don't know what the guy's name was, but I just kind of like turned it off because I was like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't really agree with a lot of what he was saying. Saying that, what that guy's done has been very amazing. I think he's got some really good numbers now doing wholesale and direct brand deals. But yeah, I didn't like the fact he was like bashing like those other methods. So yeah, it's a podcast. Yeah, I don't know how. It's weird you guys mentioned that. I literally just discovered it today. I'd never even heard of this before. I don't even know how I came across it. So maybe someone linked. How did I even come across it? I don't even know actually. And suddenly I listened to it this morning and I was like, wow, it's really cool. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I've seen both figs. There you go. So yeah, I just didn't really resonate with the second guy, to be honest. So I'm sure he's a genuine seller and all that kind of stuff. I just don't like that he was poo-pooing those other methods. I understand why he didn't like them, because he kind of, you know, I get it a little bit, but at the same time, meh. Yeah. So cool. Got a few DMs here. Someone's asking about not getting sale. Oh, so someone's saying here, got 200 units in stock in 13 different ASINs, not getting much sales this week. I don't understand why. Matched on price and ASINs. Low BSR makes me skeptical. Black Friday. Yeah, so if you got that kind of thing, something I've noticed recently, by the way, is Amazon are definitely prioritizing giving buy box to people who are on the listing first. I've noticed that quite a bit actually, where I'm like getting no buy box percentage. And then someone like my younger brother or someone with like really bad seller ratings getting way more buy box percentage than I am. I'm like, how is that even there? The only thing I can think is they got their stock in earlier. Because there's actually a listing I'm on and the guy's got like 2.5-star seller rating. You know, he's got all sorts of horrible reviews. And every time he pops in with stock, so I've got the buy box pretty much now. And then whenever he pops up in with a little bit of stock, he gets the buy box back. It's really weird. So technically, actually, his stock, he was on the listing first, but then his stock ran out, but then he keeps coming back in stock and he's getting the buy box off me. It's really annoying why that is. And the only thing I can think is that he was just on that listing first. It's a really weird one, actually. I'm not a fan of how that's working, actually. So, yeah. Stock is playing a massive role at the moment, too. Found high stock. Yeah, high stock does. But yeah, that one, though, I've got like 400 of these units in there. This guy keeps coming in stock with like 10. I don't know how he keeps getting 10 in. He must have a few shipments going in every now and then. And he keeps stealing the buy box away from me, and then I have to wait for him to sell out his 10. And then it's really weird. I'm like, what is going on? So I feel like my account's jinxed or something. But yeah, it can be tough at times. You just got to be patient and wait. And, you know, there's no point bricking the price because everyone will just match you. So, and then you just won't get the buy box. So you just got to be patient. Let's have a look here. Cool. Got a pallet going out tomorrow of coffee, which would be pretty awesome. So yeah, that was my first proper wholesale thing actually. So that was pretty nice. Not crazy profit, but it should be some good money. So yeah, looking forward to getting that into Amazon as well. It's about $4,000 worth of coffee, I think. And is it 0 VAT rated as well, which is quite nice. Another sale here, not for much though. I've got a few items where I definitely bought the wrong items. I'm not going to lie. I'm still making, I'm probably breaking even. Like this one's 77p after I prep fees and stuff. Yeah, you know. Not really worth it, but is what it is. So I'm still selling through the stock, getting my money back. So that's the main thing, really. Yeah, 0% is definitely untapped. I agree. Yeah, so that was a good offer I got. Someone emailed me saying, messaged me through a friend of mine offering some pallets of coffee out. So I said, sure, I'll take a couple of pallets. I can't say where I got it from. It was just a DM from someone. So I couldn't even tell you their name actually right now. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it's just like through someone I know. And I was like, I think they had 5 pallets available, but I didn't want to spend that much money. I think it was like $2,000 a pallet. And I was like, I'm not really comfortable doing 10,000 on my first order. So I'll just take, I'll take 2 pallets for now. That'll be enough for me. I think so. You're right. Yeah, on a lot of those things. Yeah, stock playing a big. I think stock and time on listing or who was on the listing first, and then 0% VAT is definitely untapped. There was a really good deal ages ago where you could get your it's from Tassimo. You could get really good deals from them. They had like a crazy coupon code that would come along. You'd be able to rinse that site. They would cancel after a little while, but you could get a decent amount of Tassimo stuff. But those codes have not come around again that I've seen. So that was nice where it lasted. And to be honest, I didn't go deep enough on that when that opportunity was there. I should have and actually, this is what this guy was talking about in the podcast, not flipping at 30, but the other guy was saying he didn't like OA because you sometimes have to create multiple accounts and to kind of bypass order limits and things like that. And he's like, well, it's not really legitimate. I can understand that argument to a certain extent. I can a little bit, but at the same time, if that's what you got to do, you got to do. So I get it a little bit though. I understand that, but I wouldn't say just because you don't like it, it's not legitimate. I do, Keith. Yeah, it's like I said, he's got 10 and I've got 400. So let me actually refresh it now and I'll tell you. Because the guy's got the freaking buy box. Really annoying. So yeah, he had 7 just at the beginning of this stream and now he's got 6, so he sold through. But yeah, he's got the buy box off me. The guy literally has, let me look. Well, 3 out of 5 stars. So I can't obviously tell you who it is. Yeah, and the reviews aren't great. So, anyway, it is what it is. What you're going to do. I just don't understand Amazon sometimes with giving the buy box. There's also a listing as well that my younger brother's on. I won't say what listing it is, but either the brand owner or the listing owner has changed the image. It's a perfume, and it used to be the correct image. Now they've made the image totally different, totally unrelated. It's obviously going to hurt the sales massively. So my brother's like, well, what the fuck can we do? So I was like, I'll go on to live chat and ask. And they said, well, you can submit an image. So we submit an image and they're like, okay, we'll submit that to the brand owner. It's up to them if they decide to change it. I'm like, what? It's totally, they've changed the image. It's like false advertising. It's going to cause all sorts of customer issues. They're like, yeah, it's up to the listing owner to make this change if they want to or not. So they don't enforce anything like that. They can allow someone to have a totally wrong image on a listing and they just don't care about it. It's madness. Amazon's mad at times. Honestly, it's like, what is going on? They hassle. Hey, Tachi, how's it going? Then they hassle you about certain things, but then a brand owner, listing owner, can literally change the image to something totally unrelated, a totally different brand as well of item. It's basically it's like someone basically took a Ralph Lauren listing and then they put a Versace one on there essentially, or a no brand one on there, a picture. And that's what happened in this listing. And then they just saying, yeah, the brand owner, it's up to them to decide what they want to do with the listing. So there's some weird things with Amazon, honestly. I'm like, very annoying and weird at times. Yeah, exactly. So someone did that with also presume they changed the following people raising negative reviews that usually prompt someone to have to change something. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I feel like someone, like, let's say I create a listing, for example. Like I've created one listing in my time, basically. And it's essentially like, oh, I see people on that listing, I'm not selling it anymore. Would I be like a bastard and change it? I wouldn't. But this is what's essentially what people are doing. I think that people have created the listing and they're saying, well, I'm not selling that anymore, and I'm gonna like fuck the image up for people. I don't know what people's going through their minds and stuff. It's just really weird. But yeah, so it's all down to the listing owner, I guess. Weird, right? Anyway, so that's not one of the weird things that happens with Amazon. The other weird thing that annoys me massively is that if you're selling on the listing, so let's take that perfume for example. If I'm selling on that listing and then there's something wrong with the image, or if there's something wrong with the ingredients list or something like that, and then I get like a policy violation from Amazon because of that, but I'm not allowed to change it. It's really weird. I get in trouble for something that I have no control over. Now, if they'd let me change it, sure, fine, I'd fix it. But they won't let you fix it. It's really weird. So every now and then, you'll get something where it's like, hey, this image is like violated copyright or whatever. It used to happen all the time on Oral-B or whatever. Or they say like this image doesn't meet our policies. You've got like a little ding on your account health, but you can't actually fix it. It's freaking weird. Amazon's fucking weird, honestly. At times, yeah. So, Tosev says, what was the killer product you had when you made thousands, kept replenishing? Can I say? I kind of already said, haven't I, really? It was a sneaker. So, it was a sneaker. Let's put it like that. Yeah, I've mentioned before, it was a sneaker. So, that's what it was. It was good when it lasted. So, Syed, how's it going? Oh, I think that was on the Oust listing as well. Yeah. So, I don't know if I noticed that one, actually. I think I had some Oust. I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't. I can't remember. I think it got cancelled. I can't remember anyway. But yeah, Amazon is weird at times. What you're going to do is the beast that you play with. So, you want to sell on Amazon, you've got to play by their rules, even though their rules oftentimes make no sense whatsoever. So, yeah. Like IPs are a weird one, right? You get IP, intellectual property, but then you can fight it with an invoice. What difference does that make really to an IP claim? I don't know, maybe somebody can explain it to me, but like, why does that make a difference? Just because you got an invoice for the units, how does that mean you've not violated the IP? I don't know, it just seems weird to me that you can fight it with an IP with an invoice. It just seems very strange to me. So, yeah, TJ, I saw that. I mean, that guy, I don't know what his freaking problem was. Like Spence was saying, like, well, I don't know if he actually works at Live Cops or not, but they posted that lead out. So, yeah, but it apparently doesn't. I don't know. I'm not worried. I know exactly where I bought all mine from, and they're a massive company. So, yeah, it's not a concern really. So, it's a weird one, but yeah, I don't know. People just being like, I don't know. People just don't. I don't know. I've not heard that issue with Mark Brown before. I actually Googled it to see if there's any kind of in the news. So I'm not sure where he's seen that come from. But yeah, it's I don't know. Anyway, it's a weird one, but the items are not fake on Cogita, so you're all good basically. So I've seen those Martin Browns on there. Obviously, I just revealed that I bought some. I just realised I did that, and it comes from like a legitimate supplier in the UK, so it's all good really. So invoices prove the items are not parallel or counterfeit, etc. Sure, okay, fair enough, makes sense. Okay, intellectual property and items, branding and trademarks can be used for purpose of selling. Fair enough, makes sense. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I never really kind of thought about it before. I was like, why can you actually fight that? So yeah, using images owned by the brand, they're separate. Okay, yeah. So you can get in trouble for that, even though you didn't actually use the listings. So as in, like, you didn't create the listing with those images. I think it'd be fine if they let people who are selling on there maybe adjust, or have the ability to actually change the image. Well, actually, no, it might be a bad thing actually, to be fair, because people would fuck it up. But yeah, so yeah, it's an interesting one anyway. But I'd like to be able to fix listings anyway at times. It would be quite nice to fix them, but especially when you get in trouble for them. So someone's saying here, how are people getting on with the U-Move issue? Oh, Amazon paying people back. That's a whole other issue. No, there's no one paying anyone back yet. I think that right now Amazon is saying you got to wait the 45 days from the refund date. So maybe people will be able to get those refunds. That is the least of my concern right now. I just want to get through this whole like you move interview bullshit and hope that my interview is not some sort of like 50-minute grilling. But yeah, we'll see how it goes anyway. But yeah, any other questions, guys, on Amazon? We got any new people in here who want any questions? So yeah, this poor person here who got ungated on the brand and now they're restricted on the brand. So if that happens, generally means it's because your account's too new and you need to get some sales under your belt, and then that category will get unlocked. Essentially, that's what will happen. I had it with Tommy Tippy. When I first started, I had shitloads of Tommy Tippy baby feeding bottles. They made me jump through the baby feeding category ungate. Then they made me jump through the Tommy Tippy category ungate, and I got those ungated. Went to go, and I was like, yay, fine, I can sell these now. And then went and was like, no, you're restricted on this product. I was like, fucking hell. So I had to wait like a month or so, or 2 months, and then finally I was able to sell it. So, yeah. And TJ, that was one guy as well. So always take it with a pinch of salt. Some people just, I don't know. What was the guy's name again? What was the guy's name? I can't remember. But yeah, let's have a look. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know what the guy's problem was anyway. So, yeah, I think it's fine if you hear there's a rumor about something that's fake, mention, sure, this could, be aware, but don't go out and start accusing companies or people. Really weird. So, yeah. Empire, have you ever thought about leaving Amazon and making your own brand selling independently? Kind of, maybe. Yeah, but the thing is, like, creating your own brand is really difficult. It's really hard to get customers. So, yeah, it's like a product you almost have doesn't really matter. As long as it's like a good product, it's just getting the customers. That's the hard thing, really. So good marketing, essentially. And marketing is very expensive, especially doing online marketing. So is it something I'd end up going down? Probably not, to be honest. I think I'd rather focus my efforts more on other things than go down that route. I will stick with Amazon for now and on Amazon because I say I don't have to find customers, but I probably wouldn't ever start my own brand outside. I would potentially do my own private label brand, but it would be on Amazon as well as elsewhere. So that's something I would consider doing. In fact, I've spoken to my younger brother about it. Maybe we put like 100k each into it to get it started. Yeah, it's I don't know. Yeah, at the same time though, my plan was always to make Amazon. So when I quit my job, right, I was a software engineer. So I said to myself, right, once I got into Amazon, I always wanted to make some software as a business. Then I fell into Amazon when I saw people like Spence and stuff making really good money. And I was like, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Amazon. I'm going to be happy to make £2,000 a month, all right? Okay, and just pay my bills. I'm pretty frugal. £2,000 covers my bills plenty. I'm not going to be going buying Rolexes on $2,000 a month, but covers all my bills. I can live comfortably. It's fine. I spend most of my money on food generally, like quality food, and maybe a little bit too much food. But yeah, so that was my plan. And I was going to focus on software, right? That was my goal. And that's why I made Amaz Seller, actually, because I was like, right, Amaz Seller's where it's at. Turns out I was a little bit Amaz Seller's like, it's okay, it's not that great, though. Doesn't really solve a great problem. I was a bit too new to Amazon to realise where maybe the best software was to be made. But yeah, that's my plan. Make $2,000 a month on Amazon FBA, run it like on a shoestring, put barely any effort into it, do Amazon to Amazon when the pings pop up, and then do software. But then Amazon sucked me in, it sucked me in. And just, once you make 2,000, you're like, well, I could just make 4,000, but 4,000 to 6,000 just sucked me in. And before you know it, I've got 200 grand or more in Amazon. So, that has gone off to the side now. But I've always wanted to do software, so that's probably where I would move. And saying that now, I do social media, so that's, where I do enjoy doing most things now. So social media, making the videos, things like that, with the Discord community. So, but yeah, I definitely think I want to do some more software at some point. That's what my younger brother's doing, by the way. So he's got the exact same problem. He started Amazon, right? He did it for like a month and bought loads of stock on Amazon to Amazon around Prime Day. I think he bought maybe for 2 months, let's say, right? He's had that stock on Amazon now for ages. He's done some okay months, like £700 months or whatever. But then obviously his Q4 was coming. It's like, why did I stop doing Amazon? Because like he's already made like, where is he? How much did he make? Why can't I find? Oh, ages ago. Where is it? So he's on £121 today. You know, he's like, why did I stop? He's like, Q4 is mental. I'm like, yeah, Q4 is mental. So even he quit. He did Amazon and he quit it, and he's like, well, I'm going to focus on software. Now even he's getting sucked back into the Amazon world. It's just it's easy money, isn't it? Amazon, it is easy money in that regard. So it's not easy money, but you get what I mean, right? You can make some really good money on Amazon for what I would argue is quite little effort, especially say for my younger brother, for example. He's got me as a knowledge repository, so I can always help him. It's not like he's starting from scratch. And he's got a reasonable amount of capital to invest. So, but yeah, anyway, I've gone right off a tangent here, basically. So no, I probably won't go down the private label route. I'd probably move towards the software route. I've still got some good software ideas. My brother's writing some software now, which is going to hopefully change the game when it comes to Amazon FBA. Yeah, Keith, you know what? That's not a bad idea, to be fair. Q4, you know, that's not a bad idea at all, to be fair. But then you might kind of lose touch on being able to like read listings and stuff and like know what good products are. So it's like keeping your finger on the pulse from like January to August, September time, and then buying for, you know, Q4 can be pretty good. You can make decent money. But yeah, going back to that, yeah, private label probably, I don't know, maybe not, I don't know. And then yeah, software maybe. Social media is doing pretty well for me, I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, at the end of the year, I might do like a results thing. I'm hoping I can get to a certain figure amount with everything that I've earned this year. So, I'm hoping. We'll see if I get there. It's going to be, if I have a good December in Amazon, I might hit it. So, yeah. So, anyway, that's next question. CGH, is there any way to check delivery date on Cogita? No. You can just check the tracking. It doesn't always tell you. It depends if it's coming via pallet or is it UPS or DHL. So obviously a lot of them send via pallet. And it's very hard to know delivery dates on those. But yeah, other just doing the tracking though. It's kind of tricky at times. Nimco, I have some stock that I bought without analysing properly. If I was to sell it on the current pricing, I'm losing £2 item. I should have around 30 in stock. What do you reckon I should do? So if you don't think it's ever going to come back in price, then sure, just take the L. I've done it myself. I've taken L's. It's part of the learning process. You know, you've got to learn from your mistakes, and not every product we buy is a slam dunk. You know, it's just the nature of the beast. I think what you need to think of more is with a business is not necessarily, and we always look at like how much profit did I make on this item. I made £1 or £10 or 15, whatever I made on that item. And it feels like it sucks when you're like losing on a product, but you just need to think of your business as like on a yearly basis. Like, or a monthly basis, like how much did I make this month? You know, I had some winners and I had some losers, but overall I made £5,000. Or, you know, in this year I had some winners, I had some losers, and I made £100,000. So it doesn't feel so bad when you look at it from a big picture point of view, and just take it as a lesson and say, why did I buy the wrong product? What's the lesson I can learn from this? You know, didn't do the proper research, blah, blah, blah. Just sold an item and made £24.38 profit. There we go. 73% ROI. Yeah, I still fuck up. I've got loads of stock in where I'm like, fuck sakes, I fucked up here. So thank God I'm not really losing money. I'm kind of breaking even. That's where it comes to doing that research. It's like I want my downside to be break even. I want my upside to be the profit. So yeah. Oh, before you place an order though, the only thing I look at, CJH, is what country it's coming from. If you scroll down on the page, you can see what country it's coming from. And obviously, like if it's United Kingdom, it's probably going to arrive much quicker than Spain. So that's the only thing really. No. Quite a nice little feature though, to be fair, especially around Q4. Like I've pulled the trigger on some items. I'm like, oh, I don't know if these are going to get in here in time for Christmas. It's going to be real freaking tight. And obviously need to get into Amazon. It's real. I mean, at this point now, it's getting pretty close. I'd still order from United Kingdom, but I wouldn't necessarily order from Spain or somewhere in Europe. Tommy Tippy's IP friendly. No, I think it used to be fine, but now I think it's IP. Yeah, I think we're talking a few years ago. This is how things change, guys. Tommy Tippy used to be fine. Now it's IP. I think anyway. I've not sold it in ages. Tommy Tippy. CJ, yeah, as long as you can source and rekeep, a 90% would be good. Losers and yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to say 95% good and then 5%. But I mean, I think even that's probably a little bit like. But I think like probably trying to think. Yeah, 1% probably is a good rate of like you make a mistake. But say if you do the keeper charts, read them correctly, and go, right, my worst case scenario in this listing is break even or a slight loss, then you're not going to lose your shirt over it. It's pretty good advice, I think. So you see me talk about that when I do my sourcing. That's pretty much what I do when it comes to sourcing. I want the worst case scenario to be break even, the best case scenario to be the profit. So now I will buy sometimes where I'm like, well, if this goes down, I'm going to lose a couple of quid a unit, but my upside's like £15 a unit. And then you've got to evaluate the percentages of like, hey, if it's 50-50, let's say it's 50-50 chance it goes to £15 profit or £2 loss. That's a profitable item. If you look at like this is kind of going into the gambling thing now, I guess, probability essentially, where you look at it that way and you go, well, it may have gone down, I may have lost that coin flip and I lost £2.9, but actually technically I made money because the odds were in my favor on that one. So that's a little bit advanced stuff for Amazon, but yeah, there's not too many products I see like that, to be fair, but I think that logic makes sense. Hopefully anyway. So if you've figured out your odds correctly on that one. Keith's asking, do you think this will be the last week sending stuff in? No, mate. You can send stuff in. It's like 15th, 18th. I mean, 18th probably cutting it, but depending on who you're sending in with and how quickly things are getting in. No, mate. Like people buy. And what's the last order date for Christmas, by the way? Let's have a look at the calendar. So Christmas Day is on the 25th, right? So it's Monday. Yeah. So literally Tuesday, the 24th is going to be the last delivery day, I think, right? So get it in, like just get it in. And I doubt anything you're selling, unless you're selling Christmas trees or Christmas decorations, I doubt that anything you're selling is going to literally die in January. So even if it does get in, people still buy people still buy on Christmas Day, for Christ's sakes. I mean, obviously not going to buy as much, but, and during that period to get it sent in, but yeah, like as long as it's not like a specific Christmas item, you'll be fine. So, but yeah, I had some people in the group actually saying, "Oh, is it like too late to send in?" Like a week ago, I'm like, "Whoa, I'm ordering from freaking Europe. I'm getting pallets turning up right now." I'm like, on the 25th of November, I ordered a pallet of stuff from like somewhere in Spain. So I'm like, it should arrive in like 7 to 10 days, and hopefully get it sent in time. But like, yeah, that's what I was doing. So people don't need to worry about that too much. There is that weird thing though, where with DG, it does say there's no appointments for like the 1st, the 15th of December, which is kind of weird. So I'd still send it anyway, to be fair. But yeah, see, it is a calculated gamble as well. It is, absolutely. So just had another sale there. So let's jump all over the place. So the sale for £23 profit and a sale for 87p profit. So yeah, actually I just had 3. So this is great. This is, again, it's not a great product, this one. I'm not actually making much at all, actually, but it was kind of went wrong. This product went wrong a little bit, but it was such a killer seller. So if you factor in my prep costs and my shipping costs, yeah, maybe making like 10p an item, but I literally just sold 3 in 3 minutes. 901, 903, 905. Now, this is one that went wrong. So at least I'm making money or breaking even, I suppose. And at least it's selling quick as well. Selling really fast. So when I capture that buy box, when Amazon shared the buy box with me, I rinse through it. Like the set is, I think it's 10,000 sales a month on this listing, I think. And this was a gamble one actually, where I was like, it could make a lot of money, or it could go down again. So it's just 2,000 sales a month now, but I think it goes up to 10,000 normally at Christmas. So, well, it's been as high as 20,000. Yeah, January 10,000. So it's actually down a little bit on the sales per month. Anyway, it's kind of an interesting one. So yeah, it's interesting one. Sells quickly though. Get money back quickly, and breaking even is fine. So got the Amex points. So that's okay. So yeah, but weird. Yeah, I'm all over the place really. But you know what? Even if you make 30p an item and you can sell freaking 1 a minute or whatever, it's a bit unrealistic. But like you can sell a ridiculous number per day. Sell 100 a day. What's that? £300, isn't it? So, right? No, £30. Sorry, yeah, God, can't do the math. Still, I'd take that though. As long as the money's there and it doesn't affect anything else, I'd do it. Take that money. It's a bit, maybe an extreme example, but yeah, could be good. So let's have a look here. What else have I got? Yeah, I've definitely got a few items where I've messed up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Some of my earlier Cogita orders, I didn't quite realize how much stock was available. That's one thing I recommend you be careful with when it comes to Cogita. Is just like make your order, and like what I do is I buy all the stock out. Let's say about 800 units of the stock. That's not all the stock. It can restock. So if you're unsure, you can make an order. Don't pay for it, and then just see if it restocks in like a few minutes or hours or whatever, or go from there. So I definitely made a few small mistakes there on those ones, but it's fine. Mistakes where I'm breaking even aren't too bad, to be fair. So yeah, pretty much happy with that one. So how were they saying that? How did I lose? Well, apparently I lost 45p on one of them. What is going on? So I'm doing some live checking here on this. Let's have a look. How has that happened? Huh, yeah. My minimum is like, yeah, it's gone below. I don't know how that's happened anyway. Okay, weird. Is what it is. So, guys, you got any more questions then? Still got 17 viewers, which is really awesome. I do appreciate you guys being on here. It's for school night as well. So, yeah, it's been a really good session. Someone's asking a question here. Any dramas with Prada perfume? No, Prada's fine, I believe. Pretty sure I've sold Prada in the past. One thing I'm going to say here, though, if you're listening, 240 volts, just when people like post like a little screenshot of maybe they'll send like a really poor screenshot of like a graph, or they'll send like a little whatever, a very partial screenshot of a listing saying, would you buy this? It's like, it's impossible to say from that limited information. No one can give you a good analysis on that product. You have to give up the ASIN so someone can actually properly look at it to analyze it. There's no way I can figure out if a product's a good product by you sending me like a graph, and I don't even know what the scale of the graph is. I can't even see the time frame or the numbers on there, or anything like that. So yeah, if you do want analysis, make sure you send ASINs. That's the only way, really. So yeah. How was the process of using Outsource Central to hire your VA? It's pretty good. So yeah, I just said to them I want a VA, and then like a week or two later, I think I had a VA. So he did need some more training. I'm not going to lie. I think I don't think you should ever think you're going to get a VA that's going to be like top notch from day one. You need to be realistic. They know the basics. You need to know how to source yourself realistically, in my opinion. Some people might disagree. And then from there, you can teach them. And by the way, I want to point out, the guy who did 38,000 profit, he doesn't have a VA. He does it all himself. So shows you if you're willing to put the work in, you can do it. But yeah, it was pretty good, to be fair. So I can't complain about that process. I'm not saying everyone can do what that guy was doing, by the way. So I actually think VAs can be very useful to help you find deals and do admin and things like that. So yeah, and outsource those kind of things to people. Absolutely. So, but you need to kind of know what you're doing as well, I think, and then you can train them on what your processes are. But Spit says, does anyone know any good prep centres in the South England, Essex area? No. Most of the ones I know are sort of Midlands area. I know there's one in Lincoln, there's one in Derby. Scunthorpe's another one I know where they are. That's where they are. Obviously one in Nottingham. Yeah, I don't know. See, I just sold another one of those 87p ones. 87p profit. Well, I've sold two of them actually. I see. I've caught the buy box here, right? And I'm like, yeah, 901's a sale, 903 a sale, 905 a sale, 909 a sale. So yeah, not too bad really. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know why I'm excited. I'm breaking even on that product. I'm making like 10p, but at least I'm getting my money back quickly. That's a good thing. So, yeah, but I don't know of any, to be honest. Most of them are Midlands and North. I don't know of any South ones. Probably because warehousing is quite expensive South, and there's not kind of no need to, unless person's already down there. Yeah, I don't know of any myself. But yeah, if anyone knows, let us know. Nimco is saying, when you were new, how long would you spend on a website to source from? You know, I've got a limit on how much I can spend, probably like an hour before I get kind of like bored. The biggest stint I've done on like one sourcing session was WH Smith's, where there were literally so many deals. I was on there for probably a good 6-hour session. I was absolutely shattered by the end of it. But that was one that got posted in the group, and then once everyone got the Lego and the Duplo and what else, the Pokemon, they all said it was dead, and I was sat there rinsing through. Me and my brother, younger brother, to be fair, we were like, "Oh my god, another deal here! Bye, 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 bye!" And yeah, just to give you an idea, by the way, some of those items I was like, they're going to do well in Q4. All right, they're going to do well in Q4. I sold one here, which is £37 profit, and I've got 7 of them. Another one here was £21 profit. Another one here was £24 profit. Another one £7 profit. Not too great. So yeah, I was absolutely rinsing that website. Everyone kind of slept on that, and then some other stuff as well. I got some really good stuff on. So yeah, it was a really good like £10.50 profit, £8.20 profit, £8.25 profit, £8.44 profit, £10.15 profit, £15.05 profit. Just goes on and on. So yeah, that's one I was like, there was so much money. And to be honest, I left money on the table there. I was just too tired to carry on. Generally, an hour is my limit though, really. When I'm looking, and then I'd take a break and come back. But it depends how many deals I'm finding and things like that. So, but yeah, if you can try and build up like a couple of hours of sourcing in one session, it's pretty good. I get distracted by things, to be fair, when I'm sourcing and stuff. So yeah. So everyone's different, I guess. To be honest, looking at the guy's results of 38k, I'm like, you know what, I need to put more effort into sourcing, to be fair. That is one thing I did think, is like, no, I need to put some more effort in. So yeah, passing up on maybe those deals that aren't quite as good to get those better deals. Empire, I'm seeing a lot of the same items on different creator price drop CSV. Would you avoid those items that don't seem to sell out or have infinite stock? It depends on the sales per month, but yes, I'd definitely be wary of them. It can be tricky, basically. If you are seeing them always restocking, I guess they keep selling out, and let's say let's keep restocking 1,000, and it only sells 50 per month, then yeah, I'd avoid it. If it sells something like 2,000 a month and they keep restocking 500, I mean, there's still room for you there. So it all depends on the sales velocity of those items, really. That's what it comes down to. That's pretty much one of the most important factors, is really like, what is the SPM of a listing, really? Obviously the profit as well, but that's the main thing I'm looking at with wholesale as well. I'm like, that's why I order my Arbisource by monthly sales, because I'm like, I want to know, I want to get it in, I want to get it out, I want something that's going to be resilient, it's going to have lots of sales per month. So, and SPM adds resilience, by the way, adds price resilience. So the faster it sells, generally the more resilient the price is, because obviously if someone like bricks their price, if you're selling on something that says 10,000 a month, for example, someone's got like 20 in stock and they brick the price, I mean, they're going to be in stock for like an hour or two, and then they're going to be gone, so the price is going to come back up. So it adds a bit of resilience to listings in general, not always, but yeah, so that's kind of how I think of it, really. But yeah, be cautious at times. So I say I've made a few mistakes on Cogito. I've ordered too much of some stuff. Thought I was buying all the stock out. Turns out I wasn't. So it's fine. But to say, because of my kind of rule, I'm breaking even on them. So I get the free Amex points out of it. It's fine. So yeah, not too bad, really. So you guys, anyone who's new here, by the way, I've got a 100% free Amazon Discord server. You should check the link out in the description for that. It's a really good server called FBA. I forgot the name there, FBA Moguls. And by the way, this stream is sponsored by Protector Pro, the best repricer, I think, for Amazon FBA sellers. It's the one that I use, so it's one I recommend you guys use. If you want to get a decent repricer, check out Profit Protector Pro. Yeah, we'll stay on. If anyone's got any more questions, I'm happy to stay on, do like a 2-hour session or whatever. We'll go as long as we can, really, until you guys get bored, I suppose. Definitely lost a few people, though. But yeah, so let's talk about like what, let's say I'm going to do a video on this, but let's say next year, what do I think is going to be very important for people either doing Amazon right now or getting into Amazon? I mean, I need to obviously write some notes and stuff, but one thing that immediately crops to mind is you need to be organized with your admin and your accounting, and making sure you're getting invoices for everything. Obviously, with the U-Move stuff and the Section 3 stuff, Amazon clamping down a bit more, you need to make sure you're on the ball with items and sourcing from legitimate sites that give invoices, and you're all good to go, basically. So, yeah, make sure you're really on the ball when it comes to all this kind of stuff. You've got all your invoices all ready to go. That's definitely going to be a very important thing. So yes, Protector Pro is owned by the Buy What Pro people. They also own the Skewific Prep Center. They also own Sellability, and they also own one more. I've forgotten. Maybe not. I don't know. Let me get the link, by the way. So it should have been in the description, but I feel like I missed it actually. Let me get you guys a link for anyone who wants to join it and give it a go. Copy link. There we go. If transferring legal entities, does that reset your account health? No, not that I'm aware. I don't think it did with mine, so no. That would be easy, wouldn't it? Just reset your account health. No, it doesn't. No, I'm 99.9% sure it doesn't. Yeah. So what you're doing is you're transferring from sole trader to limited company, I'm assuming. Yeah, that took me 72 days to do, by the way. I did it around Christmas, the first year of Amazon. It took 72. I missed the first Q4 basically, because it took 72 days to go through that process. It was an absolute nightmare. It's normally about 14 days though. I don't know why mine took so long, why it was such a pain in the ass. There's the answer, Tosef. So yeah, it takes 14 days normally. It took me 72 days. Yeah, it was a nightmare. Yeah, so don't know. I literally don't know. It's just there was not. I got to the VAT threshold. I didn't want to sell anymore. I was like, it'll take a few weeks. Or got getting close to VAT threshold, and then had to hold my sales back, and just took too long. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why. It's Amazon. That's the answer. Yeah. Yeah. Partnership to sole trader. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Cool. So, Millie and Molly channel. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Hey, Simon, is RB working in Europe market or just for UK? And suggestions if you have prep sent in German and France market. So, I believe it is only... That's a good question. Let me ask quickly. The owner is in my group, by the way. So, if you go to RB chat, you do EU as well as UK. Someone asking on the live stream. Cool. I've asked. I don't know if he's awake or not. It is 9:30 or so. I can recommend another software for you if you want. DM me and I'll hook you up if you want. So RB UK, USA. There we go. So see, this is the great thing about having RB in the group. By the way, he's answering right now. Just UK. Okay, thanks. See, yeah. So we get it from the horse's mouth, although obviously Tosif answers for us as well. So I do appreciate that. Yeah, so that's really fantastic having him in the group to ask questions like that immediately, which is pretty sick. Yeah, DM me, Millie and Molly. Join my Discord. DM me, and I'll hook you up with. There's another place that does EU, specifically EU actually. So, so someone's a DM me saying, "Hey, you have 5 minutes to help me out with something Amazon related." Sure, why not? Come, jump onto my live stream. What's the link for this, guys? Let me get it and send it to this guy. So someone's DMing me for a question. Let's get him onto here. Unless it's private. Sorry, this doesn't make very entertaining viewing, me talking to people in DMs. So, Empire, if you start from zero again, but with your current knowledge, how long it take you to get to 10k profit? I mean, I'm not going to be lying, Empire. I don't always do 10k profit now, to be honest. Yeah. What would I do? That's a very interesting question. I would, obviously with Cogita now, then I would be straight onto that with my current knowledge. Does that necessarily say that I think someone who is starting from zero that doesn't have my knowledge should do that? Not without help. I don't necessarily recommend wholesale for new people because you're going to make mistakes, and you want to make a mistake when you're buying from Latino and you're getting 10 units and you can return them, and not when you're buying a pallet from some wholesaler in Europe and you find you bought the wrong product and you can't sell it, or you're making no money and then you end up losing your shirt on it, and you definitely can't return it. Live stream ATM. Maybe after or tomorrow. Apparently it's private, so it's all good. So cool, yeah. So I'll answer that question to you guys if you're watching at the DM, maybe after or tomorrow. So yeah, it's an interesting one. But yeah, for me, I'd get straight onto Gita. I would. It's a tricky one, really. Obviously now I'm more confident in what I buy. So if I see a good deal, I don't mind dropping 25 grand on one on deal if I'm confident in it. So that's the biggest thing that's really changed when you have been doing Amazon for a few years, you are more confident if you've got the money as well to like drop those 10, 20,000 pounds orders down on something really good, especially if it comes from wholesale. And I would not recommend that for a beginner. So so that's what I do really. And I'd probably try and focus on less SKUs as well. That's something I'm going to try and do next year as well. Is it's hard to manage like 200-300 SKUs, like staying on top of the prices. Like I say, Profitex Pro is fantastic, but sometimes you need to go through all your items, just check how they're doing, and just see like, do I need to lower my minimum price a bit to be more realistic? Have I set am I being a bit too optimistic on it? And it takes ages to go through and analyze 200, 300 SKUs. Because I'm having to open the Amazon page up, having to look at the charts. It's just, and then decide where am I. It takes ages. It takes like 5 minutes per SKU or whatever. It's just like, it's hard work, to be fair. So maybe I'd focus down more on, that kind of, on maybe selling less SKUs, but more quantity. What I do, I just try and buck the trend a little bit. Maybe not, like I said, I did sneakers for a while. That was really good. That's kind of gone now, though. It's still not a bad category, to be fair. But yeah, that's something I might consider getting back into potentially. It's very hard to scale that though, from multiple different points. One, it's hard to find the stock, and two, there's like a separate storage capacity on Amazon just for like apparel and sneakers, or footwear, and it's not that much. So that's something I ran into, was like storage issues on Amazon, and then you have to bid for storage, and it was charging a fortune. But yeah, it's an interesting one anyway. I'm not really, I'll have to think more about that one. Maybe I'll make that a video. What would I do differently? Or what would I do now, if I start with zero? So, to be honest, another one, Amazon to Amazon, is fantastic. Get into Profit Sweep. I'm still a big fan of Amazon to Amazon. I think that's probably one of the easier ways to make money. The only problem is you just need to realize it's probably a 3-month hold. So when you buy it, it's a 3-month hold for the price to come back. Empire, look, you want to make sure you can like crawl before you can, then you walk and then you run. So just go, even with a lot of money, don't go crazy. Just take your time and you'll know when you're right. Yeah, 370 SKUs, it is a ball ache. Yeah, so that's one of the softwares I want to write. Basically, some software that's going to analyze and make these easier to visualize the every single SKU and see how they're doing. So what I'm going to show on there, and hey, if someone wants to steal this idea, do it. So essentially, like, show the SKUs on a page and show like the 30, 60, 90 day average. I suppose, I don't know if that's very useful, but I want to see, mainly what I want to see is what's the seller trend looking like over a time period. Is the seller count going up or down? I also want to see, is the price going up or down over a certain period? And then the last thing I want to do as well is see, given the current stock that's available on Amazon, and I'm aware people have limits on their stock and stuff. Given the current stock, let's say there's 100 stock from like 5 sellers, for example, and the item sells 100 per month, for example, or 5 sellers below my price, I should say, and it sells 100 per month, and they've got 100 stock in total, then it did tell me basically that there's 1 month until my price is met. So I want to see how long I've got to wait until I can see that my price is going to be hit, if that makes sense. So it could be its month, in which case I'll wait. It could be like 12 months, in which case I'm like, well, maybe I need to lower my prices. So that's another kind of, I'm literally, sales are flying today. Yeah, I've caught the buy box in this big listing here, and I'm literally selling 925, 919, 917, 909, 905. Yeah, pretty cool. So for break even, but still, it's all right. Still today I'm on 504 profit with a 3,838 sales, 28 ROI. So, but yeah, that's one of the softwares I'd like to make, actually, that makes it easier to visualize your SKUs, see how they're progressing over time. So yeah, that's something I'd like to do at some point. Just don't have the time really to do that. So far, your question here, and I will get back to when I can. Cool. Empire, what's your next watch if you can't get a Rolex? Since some people go in and get that ideal watch right away, and others waiting months, years for the entry-level models. Yeah, so I'm waiting. I'm on the list for an Air King. I just went on list actually on Wednesday for the Air King, and also the Explorer 2 in the black dial. I don't know when they're going to come in, but so I'm looking at, there's actually a really killer deal. Let me get it up actually. This is a watch I wanted to get, but I've decided I'm not buying any more watches right now, even though this was an absolute killer deal. It's on a website called Pragnell. Here we go. So this watch is down from 10,000 down to 7,500. Let me quickly. So I reckon at midnight it might go back up. But this is the. Let me save image. Downloads. There we go. So this one I wanted to buy, but I've decided I'm on a watch buying hiatus for now. So this is the one I wanted. It's called the Omega Dark Side of the Moon. It's pretty sick. You guys probably can't see the detail on it, given that it's the quality is really bad. But it's got like it looks like a moon surface on it, and so it's pretty sick basically. So that's one that I'd like to get. But my dream watch though is that one I showed you guys the other day. It cost about 50k, or it was 55k when I looked at it. It's the Rolex GMT Master 2 with the Pepsi ring and then the meteorite dial. That's my kind of ultimate dream watch. I will own that watch at some point. So I made a decision. When I've got enough money to buy it and a decent amount of money in the bank, I will treat myself to that watch. I mean, you can probably tell I like space. You've got the space shuttle there. You've got the lunar lander there. You've got the International Space Station there. So it's hard to point. I kind of like space. Europa poster there. So yeah, I want something from space, and I want a meteorite dial. So that's kind of my dream watch. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of holding out really. I'm not. I treated myself to one watch, and that's enough. One a year is going to be my limit really, and maybe even longer than that. So maybe for my 40th birthday, I'll treat myself to something. But yeah, that's the watch I'd like. You're collecting all the astronaut watches. The first, because I don't know. I like space for some reason. So I didn't even realize I like space until someone pointed out, "Hey, you've got loads of space." I was like, "Well, you're right. I've got all my stuff space related." I was like, really weird." Maybe it's because when I was like younger, I went to Kennedy Space Center and saw like the space shuttle and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, so that's kind of my next watch, I guess. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm gonna hold off then because they're expensive toys. They're ridiculously expensive. So that one there I showed you is £7,500 when it's on sale. It's normally 10,100, and actually that's the older model. So the new model is actually 13.5k. So it's actually a really good deal. I really should buy that. It's probably the last chance I'll get to buy it for that price ever. But still, I'm not going to buy. I'm going to hold off a little bit. So I'd rather use that money, invest it into business, than spend it all on watches. So I treat myself to one watch. That's enough for now, and we'll go from there. If I get the Rolex offer from Rolex, then I'll buy that. But that's going to be it basically for now. Yeah, I tried the Omega Swatch on at Meadowhall actually a couple of weekends ago. They're okay. The quality is like, it was weird actually because like she was like, don't forget you get free polishing and battery change for life. And I was like, oh, you can polish these then? She's like, no, you can't polish them. I was like, oh, okay. That's weird because it's a biased ceramic, those swatches. So they can be pretty cool. I like them in the case and stuff. I was like, can I just buy the case and like all the collection? But yeah, I got offered they had the new one, the Earth Phase one. I didn't really like the look of it at all, but I've looked at them. But I've got 3 watches at the moment anyway. So I've got the Breitling. So I've got the Breitling here, as you can see. Actually, I'm not wearing it. I don't know why, actually. This one's nice. I've got a old Omega. It's quite small, but it was my grandfather's, and then it was my father's, and now it's mine. So that's quite a nice little sort of pass down. It's a bit small for my wrist, but it's quite nice to be fair. So, and then I've got like a fake Pepsi. It's not a fake. It's like what company is it? You can get it on Amazon. It's like a homage piece. What's it? Rolex Pepsi. I wanted to see if I liked the kind of like the size and stuff of the GMT Master 2. What is the brand called on Amazon that sells these? Pagnari or something like that, I think it is. Pagari Design or something like that. So they kind of like look exactly like a Rolex. Obviously the quality is not as good and stuff, but I wanted to see if I like the sort of the size and stuff of it, and I do, which is why I'd like to get a Pepsi at some point. So yeah, so anyway, that's kind of where I am right now. But yeah, my 2 real watches, I don't really consider that a real watch actually. I actually bought this watch here. But I really don't like it actually. It's a Seiko. It's just been sat in a box the entire time. So Empire, I want to build up my buying history with that kind of like, they basically said those are pretty much the only watches I can get. So if I end up buying them on the grey market, then my relationship's kind of over with those with the Rolex dealers. So yeah, that's what basically. So I bought this Seiko from it was Amazon Japan. The strap is really janky actually, so I'm trying to keep it in focus here, so it looks a bit weird me holding it up like this, but it's actually not a bad watch. Just the strap is awful. But yeah, so I bought that and I was like, it's pretty janky, but maybe I'll give it away or something to people. But yeah, so I was going to give it to my dad actually because he kind of likes Seiko's, but he just wears my old Apple Watch now. So yeah. Anyway, but that's why basically it's I want to build up that reputation. So yeah, Seiko's are decent for the price. Just that one though, the strap is really garbage. Yeah, it's like hollow and like started a YouTube movie, not a movie thing. I was listening to a thing here about NZXT. Anyway, yeah. So Seiko's good quality watches, like they're quartz, and there's nothing wrong with them. There's no need to spend like 8-10 grand on a watch. It's all just like it's a total waste of money, isn't it? It's just like, but if you like watches, then it's all cool. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with a £200-400 Seiko. It's gonna last like 15-20 years, if not more. Very accurate. It's more accurate than a mechanical watch. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. So depends what you're buying for. I'm not buying to like flex. So I wanted that. I wanted a Breitling for freaking like since 2010. I wanted a Breitling, a Navitimer. So I finally treat myself to one. So yeah, it's for me, not to flex or anything like that. But it's nice to wear it though. People notice it, go, hey, it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's for me really. So yeah, nothing wrong with Seiko though. I wore a Seiko for many years before I got an Apple Watch. So. Yeah, right, guys. Any other questions then, or should we wrap it up then? I'll go and probably get some late dinner and then relax. So, yeah, I'll try and watch a movie. I need a movie recommendation. So I watched some good movies, actually. I watched 13 Hours. I'd never seen that movie before, but it's really good, like, war movie. That was pretty good. I think it's called 13 Hours. Yeah, that was pretty good. The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. That was pretty awesome. Watched Layer Cake the other day as well. I've seen that before, obviously. And Pulp Fiction as well. Again, just great movies. So, yeah, I need to watch something tonight. I'm not sure what I'm in the mood for, but I'll watch something. Casio can be a good one. Yeah, absolutely. I've sold Casios in the past. I think it was Casio or... No, G-Shock, actually, I think. Like a one-time deal. There's a deal that popped up on... I can't remember what website it was now, but they had an offer code that was broken. And it was meant to be like £30 off, I think, but for some reason it was 30% off, I think, something like that. And then basically it was a really good deal. So it was like a sale item. So managed to get a few. I think it was G-Shock. They were really nice sellers actually. I wish I bought more of those at the time, but those are the only watches I think. Oh, I've sold like Garmin's and stuff as well. But yeah. So watches could be a kind of interesting one for Amazon. I think. I don't know what the market's like on Amazon for watches, really. I'm obviously not like Rolexes and things like that, but like Casio, Seiko's, G-Shocks, I don't know, what other brands are there? There's, what's the one that like links up to like a radio, so you've always got accurate time? Can't remember what they're called now. They could do pretty well on Amazon, potentially. I wouldn't say they're massive sellers, but if you can get those cheap enough, then it could be kind of an interesting category. And that's definitely going back to that question of like, what would I do differently? I'd look at some other categories. Or what would I do today? I mean, I'd look at some interesting categories that maybe people don't necessarily go after. So I've talked about this before, like when I did sneakers and stuff. No one wanted to do sneakers. Everyone avoided them. And I was just making money hand over fist. So it was pretty good. So have I seen the Social Network movie? I have, yes. It was pretty good, to be fair. Actually, no. My friends are saying I need to watch, not a movie, but it's a series about... WeWork, I think it's called WeWorked, and the one about Theranos as well. I need to watch those series at some point. I go through these phases of sometimes I watch series, sometimes I watch movies, and at the moment I'm on like a movie kick. I'm trying to find stuff that I've not seen in ages, but or never seen before. Like I watched Donnie Brasco the other day. I thought I'd seen it. If you'd like said to me like, "Have you seen this? Give me £100." Yes, whatever. I thought I'd seen it, but apparently I'd never seen it, or I'd seen it so long ago I'd forgotten about it. It's a good movie. But yeah, so I love like gangster movies like Casino. Donnie Brasco was good, obviously. Goodfellas, they're pretty good. Yeah, so I'm not sure what I end up watching tonight, but yeah, I'm kind of trying to watch one movie a night really, just to chill out and relax a bit. But I have to be in the mood for the right movie though. So I started watching one last night, but I was like, I cannot be able to read the subtitles. It was called Resistance Banker, about like a guy who was like an underground banker during the Nazi World War II. But I was like, I'm not sitting here watching subtitles at like whatever time it was. Yeah. Oh yeah, The Penguin. My brother's recommended that actually. The Penguin. Yeah, I need to watch that actually. So my younger brother said it was really good. Hey Dom, how's it going? Yeah, we're just talking movies now. Actually, unless you've got any Amazon questions, feel free to throw them out there. But yeah, I'm just saying that I'm on a bit of a movie kick right now, trying to watch like one movie every evening. So after this, I'll go and grab some dinner, and then cause I kind of late lunch. I've been eating dinner quite late recently, actually. And then watch a movie. I'm just not sure what I'm gonna watch yet. So see what takes my fancy. But yeah. How's it going, Dom, anyway? You're glad that you got your U-move all sorted, I hope. So, I don't know if you saw in Profit Sweep, that was the guy who was, find it here, how, like, variable that Amazon are. Who was it? Someone said, like, oh, it was, like, a really easy 15-minute call. And then someone, like, 5 minutes later posted, like, oh, that was a 50-minute hell call, basically, where they were getting grilled. So, excuse me. So, Keith catching up on day job work because I'm too busy on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, don't get fired from your day job. So, nice. So you got some 8K spent the last 24 hours on Quagita. Nice. I've not even really looked today. So, it's. Yeah, exactly. I was like, God, it's insane. So important to try to steer the core. Yeah, I'm going to try and do that. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do that, but So we'll see how it goes basically. But I'm not going to. Yeah, well, we'll see anyway. How it goes. I'm not looking forward to it. It's like that. So if it's going to be one of those grilling ones, but yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, but so far no one seems to be Section 3, which is good. So everyone seems to be getting through it okay, which is the main thing. So I can't believe I missed my call. So stupid. What are you gonna do? It is what it is. So how are the sales going, Dom? Anyway, you making plenty of money? So how much are you on this month so far? So I've sold 6 units of UMove. That's all, and I had 15 units in stock, and that was it basically. So it was was it 3 orders from, I think, of 5 units each or something like that from Amazon to Amazon, and then 2 I bought from Sainsbury's, something like that. Can't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, very few basically. I didn't have much at all, so that kind of sucks really. That just realised the math didn't add up on that, but yeah, I didn't have many orders at all on that one. So I got 2 from Sainsbury's, and then I think 15 units from A2A. So should be fine. I've got the receipt and stuff for Sainsbury's, so that's fine. But yeah, I'm caught up in all this BS for literally like a very few sales. So Dom's on 2K revenue so far this month. Sales picking up nicely after moving most of my stock to WS. Okay, nice, cool. December should be nice. Yeah, that's crazy, my friend. Yeah, thank you, mate. Yeah, exactly. Caught up in all this stuff for literally nothing. Like a 250 grand on the line, basically. For Yeah, Snappy, Pulp Fiction is awesome. I think you're a bit behind me on the old chat, mate. I don't know. but so I'm on, say, 510 now today, profit, 4,000 sales. The month for me is looking at, it should be about 1,300 then. Yeah, 1,356. So not too bad. Just shy of 10,000 sales. That's good because I need those sales. I need that money for my Amex bill. So that's why I'm really happy about those sales coming in where I'm like breaking even, because I'm just getting my money back. So on those items, because I've got massive, my Amex bill is like, let me show you what it is actually. Well, how much I owe this month anyway. It's like 80k or something, 70k. So look, logging in quickly, £70,000. Yeah, so that's what I owe them. But my total balance is 82.5. So yeah, can't complain, Dom. Can't complain. So I've got the stock in, haven't I? In fact, my results aren't that great considering how much stock I've got on Amazon. So right now it's 100 and, I swear this number's wrong, 190,640. So yeah, you think it'd be better actually, but no, I'm still pretty. So interested in your thoughts on leftover stock going into Q1 for like a fair. As I was saying earlier, Dom, Jan's normally fine for perfumes as well. So it's just February, March that it's dire. That's where it dies off. So you'll still be fine in January. I wouldn't panic too hard if you've got stuff in January. Obviously, try and sell it in December. That's the peak. But people still sell. Don't start bricking it. just because we've got past Christmas. January's still pretty good. So, yeah, don't worry too much about that. Obviously, if you've got Christmas trees and wreaths and Christmas decorations, get that sold before the 24th. But yeah, perfume stuff, you'll be fine. So, yeah, it's, a lot of these perfumes still sell well throughout the year. Not like crazy well, but it's like things like 10x at Christmas, don't they? So if it sells 50 a month normally, it sells like 500 at Christmas. So that's kind of what I find, 10 to 20x actually. But yeah, so a lot of the perfumes I bought where I went deep, I was always making sure that it's still sold well. And then when I mean by well, I mean by 50 sales per month or more during most of the year. So, yeah. Should be fine, mate. Don't worry too much. Just look at the charts and see. Most of them you'll see it's probably pretty good. So yeah, you'll be fine. So people have still got money in January, so we're okay. It's not nothing to panic. It's crazy seeing people panic selling like November. I'm like, we're not even hit December yet. Even now, I'm like, we've still got time. So depending on how much stock you've got, if you've got 10 of one, I said to my younger brother, I was like, you got 10 of one unit, like just wait until like the 15th of December, like before you start like even considering lowering prices. Because we're not even really into December yet. And sure, if you've got 500 units, yeah, get selling now. But you've got 10 units. Why are you panicking? Like, no need to panic. No need to drop prices. You've got plenty of time. Absolutely plenty of time. Unless you've got like a massive looming Amex bill. Yeah, fast sellers. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Yeah. Have you seen the DG shipping? Yeah, I have. Yeah, absolutely. So it's a bit worrying. I think I've got some arriving actually into my prep center. I think, maybe not. I think I'm all done for DG. I'm not sure, actually. Yeah, maybe we've got one shipment. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. We'll see. Go from there, basically. But yeah, it's... I'd still send it in. I don't know what will happen. We just sit there and not get checked in until the 15th of December. But, it's still not too late. 15th is still fine. You've still got nearly 10 days to sell. Like I said, we're looking at the calendar earlier. I think the last ordering day is going to be the 24th. No, sorry, 23rd. Sorry, 23rd will be the last day, yeah. So 23rd will be the last date for people to order, really. And then 24th will be the delivery day on that. So, yeah, you've got plenty of time still, even at the 15th of December. So, yeah, as long as it gets in before then, I think your sales are going to just go through. You think they're good now, you wait. They're going to go crazy. So... yeah. Do you know what Amex would look at during an application? Haven't got one yet, but wondering if I should wait until I have higher sales figures. I mean, it's been a while since I applied for mine. I don't know. Do they link your bank account? I don't think they do. I think they just look at like the credit history of your bank, of your company. So if you're talking about business one, personal, they'll look at again credit score. It's all going to credit score, I think. It's worth applying. And again, DM me. I'll send you a code, and you can get yourself some free Amex points if you want. If you get the gold card though, there's no need to get platinum. Just get the gold. I was on the gold for the longest time. I should have got platinum eventually. Well, I did eventually get it. I should have got it maybe a little bit sooner, just to get those extra points. I didn't quite realize how good the Amex points were. So I think it roughly comes about 3% back. Is what Amex points are if you spend it on first class reward flights. So I think it's roughly what I calculated, I think. So, but yeah, I need to double check. It might even be more, actually. But I think it's 2.83% from what I figured out. And that's from a guess number of how much first class flight costs. So, yeah, it's pretty good, to be fair. So 3% everything you buy. So that's why I'm like not too upset if like a Cogito order gets cancelled. Obviously, I'd rather have the products and, that kind of stuff. But it's like, it's fine, It's, yeah. So, yeah, so Keith, sales this month the best I've had this year, long time. Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying. Well, I don't know why people are selling out stuff in November. It's like, it's not even started yet. It's not even started yet, really. So, yes, Empire, you do have to. Essentially, what it looks like you do is just pay the normal ticket rate, and then you get your points essentially upgrade you. So, in January I'm going to Dubai. I'm first class at BA. It was like 780. £780 is what I paid for the ticket there and back, return flight, and then it's 148,000 Amex points, 1-to-1 with Avios, and that got me upgraded to first class. So so you have to pay some money. But yeah, it's and then I think with Emirates it's about £1,000, and then it's 180,000 points. I think it is, if I remember correctly. But only if you do it through Qantas, though. You want to do it through Qantas. So if you're going to do Emirates, you want to do Qantas. They're partner airlines. But you convert your points into Qantas 1-to-1, and then do the partner airline through Emirates. And yeah, it's about £1,000, £800,000, and then 180,000 points with that. So that gets you Emirates first class, which is pretty much one of the best first class ones. So yeah, that's kind of insane. You get caviar, and you can even have a shower on. If you get the A380, I think they've even got a shower in there, so you can have like a 5-minute shower on your flight if you want that kind of stuff. So yeah, kind of fun. But yeah, so I think you can get citizenship there for 450k. I mean, you don't even need citizenship; you just need to become tax resident. So literally for about £6,000 to £8,000, you can basically move out there, get your all legal stuff all sorted, and you become a tax resident of Dubai. And as long as you stay there 90 days a year and don't come back to the UK for more than 30 days a year, then you can basically become a tax resident. Sorry, no, 90. I think it's 9. You can spend. Well, there's lots of different things, but essentially you can spend 90 days in the UK maximum, but you need to spend a minimum of 90 days in Dubai. And that way you maintain your tax residency in Dubai. It's something I'm seriously considering doing, to be honest. I'm seriously considering it. Just because, like, tax sucks. And if you can just avoid tax, like, 5 years, if you're making a lot of money, and you can avoid that tax for, like, that's just 5 years and then come back, it can be, like, game-changing, really. So it's something I'm really considering doing. Especially this year, I've done very well. So I'll cover that at some other point. But it's decent 6 figures, let's put it like that. So decent 6 figures. But obviously, I've got to pay tax on that, though. So, and I've got to take some expenses off as well. But yeah, it's been a pretty good year so far for me, to be honest. It's kind of like business just keeps growing and growing and growing, which is really awesome. So which is why I recommend everyone getting into business. Just be patient with it as well. So Empire, what else can you get with the points is the best exchange things. Yeah, so flights are pretty much where you get the most. If you convert it to cash or like paying off your balance, you get like 0.5% almost. I think 0.6% back, which is really bad. So it's like 3% on flights. And then there's obviously lots of other stuff I've not figured out what other ones there are, but I know pretty much the best bang for your buck is reward flights. So yeah, that's pretty much it on that one. So let's say it's around 3%. It might even be more with some other ones as well. So yeah, it's don't use it to pay off your Amex credit or a bill or get cash or whatever. I think you can do like Amazon vouchers as well. I think it's the same kind of shitty rate though. So it might be 1%. I'm not sure, but yeah, it just for me, if you want to just not do flights, then use Capital on Tap. I think it's better. If you just want flat 1% on cash or rewards, Capital on Tap's way better, I think. And they pay out really quickly and stuff, and you can put that money straight back into your business and forget about flights. So, yeah, for me, I've just been saving them up. I knew eventually I'd use them for flights. So, yeah. Yeah, each person's their own individual things, aren't they? Choices, I suppose. So, but yeah. Cool, guys. Right, I'm going to wrap it up there, though, but I do appreciate you guys coming on and joining me. My viewers are falling through the floor, but I do appreciate you guys hanging on, though. But yeah, I'm kind of like getting to that point now where I'm getting a bit tired. So thanks, everyone, for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully your Decembers go really well. I'll be on again doing some sourcing on Wednesday at 8 p.m. I'll do some Cogito sourcing for an hour or two. And then, yeah, and then I guess I'll just try to do 2 streams a week, I guess. So Monday, Wednesday. I keep thinking I should try and put a 3rd one in there, but I don't want to go too crazy. No problem, Empire. Happy to. Thanks for asking the questions. I appreciate it. So it makes what keeps the live stream going. So keeps me entertained, keeps everyone else entertained, gives me something to do. But yeah, thanks, guys. Do appreciate it anyway, and I'll see you guys either on Wednesday or another time. Thanks, guys.